Welcome to ChartXGames.com latest newscast. If you enjoy today's video, then please like, comment and subscribe. In today's news, head to Burkittsville in new Blair Witch game. From all of the great news and impressive games that we demonstrated at this year's E3, perhaps one of the most intriguing was the surprise announcement of an upcoming game based on the Blair Witch Project. For those who don't know, the Blair Witch Project is a psychological horror movie from 1999, centered around an witch legend in the Black Hills Forest of Maryland. Credited with starting the found footage subgenre of horror, the Blair Witch Project is shot from the perspective of a group of students making a documentary about a witch from the fictional town of Burkittsville. The movie is famous for its intense use of silence, strange sounds of the woods and a very strong sense of foreboding. The real strong point of the movie is the filmmaker's attention to detail when outlining the story of the Blair Witch. While filming the documentary, the three students are seemingly stalked by an ominous and invisible force. A cascade of strange incidents while out in the woods, coupled with their belief in the legend of the witch, culminates in their descent into madness and ultimately their doom. The creators actually developed an entire backstory of the witch and a history of the town of Burkittsville. This plays into the main story of the movie, which references numerous incidents of horrific crime of which the perpetrators have historically blamed on the Blair Witch. Most notably, the crimes of Rustin Parr, a hermit who is said to have abducted and murdered children at the behest of the witch. Also, the incident at Coffin Rock, when a search party looking for a missing girl were found naked and bound together with their insides removed. A sequel to the movie was also made, and while not as intense as the original, maybe because it was shot in a traditional style, actually had some intense scenes of horror and tied in nicely with the legend of the witch. A follow-up movie entitled Blair Witch was released in 2016, and while it didn't achieve the success of the original, it was canon to the story and was a nice revisit to the Black Hills Forest. The style of the new game shown at E3 appears to be based upon a mixture of the original and the 2016 follow-up movie, sticking to the lore and canon of the saga set 2 years after the events of the Blair Witch Project. Told from the perspective of a detective searching for a missing boy, we once again get to delve a little further into the history of Burkittsville and the mystery of the Blair Witch. In a friendly and respectful reference to the 1999 movie, the game action can be viewed through a typical 90s camera, which I am sure will come into greater effect as the events of the story begin to unfold. From what has been shown, the game appears to be opting for a purely survival-based experience in the vein of Resident Evil 7, Alien Isolation and Outlast, in a narrative-driven story that will allow us to experience the horror of being stalked by the twisted spirit of Ellie Kedward. Much in the same way as the movie, when the game's horrors begin to manifest and the terror sets in, as in real life, the only thing one can do is run, and run fast. Escaping the malicious forces in this game won't be easy, as with other games of the genre, sometimes turning around and trying to fight will just get you killed. What makes more sense is to try to uncover the truth of the matter while simultaneously hiding from whatever it is that is trying to kill you. This looks set to be a very scary game indeed. The time and effort that the creators of the Blair Witch Project have put into developing the canon and lore of the series should, if handled correctly, make for an excellent game with sequels sure to follow. While this isn't the first Blair Witch game, of which there were a series of 3 not-so-great games released in 2000, published by Take-Two Interactive, it appears that this is the Blair Witch game that fans of the legend, myself included, deserve. That's it for our gaming news today. If you enjoyed this video, then please leave a like, rating and don't forget to comment. You could also hit subscribe if you want more news videos like this. Go to ChartXGames.com for more gaming news, reviews, articles and updates.